I wanted to take a look at Lab 1 error analysis question number 7. I had meant to point this out ahead of time and I didn't, and so instead of having to write comments on everyone's lab report, I wanted to just go over it once for everyone. And it's the question of whether the average densities that you've calculated have more significant digits than the density values for each trial. And it is possible for that to happen, especially since the density of water is very close to 1. So let me show you that on the sample file, which I should have done a little bit differently. So here is the sample lab report. Let's take a look at calculating the average density obtained for the graduated cylinder. So we have these 3 values in the numerator, we're adding them together, and then we're dividing them by 3. We have 1, 2, 3 measurements, so 3 is exact. And so now we want to see what ends up in the numerator. When we add these 3 together, we're following the rules for addition. And our calculator says 2.99, but all of these go 3 past the decimal. So we can actually go 3 past the decimal in our answer. Since I'm in this lab report, I went ahead and inserted that. So we have a sum in our numerator that has 4 significant digits. So 2.990 grams per milliliter has 4 significant digits. The denominator has the number 3, which is exact. So we should be keeping 4 significant digits in our answer. And so our answer should be 0.9967 grams per milliliter. Let me fix that. So even though each of our trials only has 3 significant digits, our answer can have 4 significant digits. And the same thing is happening here. When we add up these numbers, we should get a number that goes 4 past the decimal, which will have 5 significant digits. So our answer should actually keep 5 significant digits. So I've gone ahead and corrected those. When we add these up, we can get something that goes 4 past the decimal. And since it goes 4 past the decimal, it now has 5 significant digits. So this can now have 5 significant digits. And the same thing with this one. Here I'm showing an example where you might not increase the number of significant digits depending on your data. So for example, with the graduated cylinder, if I had gotten a value of 1.01, so something slightly larger than 1, I get this by dividing by a volume that only has 3 significant digits, so I would have 3 significant digits here, just like I do for this one and this one. But because of the place value of these digits, when I add these up, I get uncertainty both 2 past the decimal and 3 past the decimal, because I have a value that has uncertainty 2 past the decimal, and then I have others with uncertainty 3 past the decimal. So when I get this result, I should only keep this 2 past the decimal. So that should be 2.98 grams per milliliter. And then dividing that by 3 gives us an average that only has 3 significant digits. So this average would only have 3 significant digits. It would be 0.994 grams per milliliter. So this one has 3 significant digits, just like all of the values you added up. This particular one has 4 significant digits, which is more than any of the values that you used when you were adding them up. So your averages could possibly come out with more significant digits than any of your individual density measurements. And this could also affect how many significant digits you can have in your percent error as well. So I want to make sure that you can find the feedback on your lab reports. If you go into the grades section here, I have the test student grades. For any assignment, you might have some icons over here next to the score. This one over here, this last one, is the rubric. If you wanted to see the rubric, you could see that. I very seldom put comments on the rubric. I have one here just to show what it would look like, but you can see which parts of the lab report you might have done better than others. Close this. Next to that is comments. This is the overall comment for the submission, and then I frequently write to see more comments on the pages because when I go over the lab reports, I type in different things that I see on those pages. In order to see those pages, you need to click on the assignment itself. You again see the overall comment here, and then if you want to see the comments on the pages, you have to view feedback. I don't know if you could readjust your screen size. I guess you could download this. Let's see. All right, so if you download it, the comment is not there. That's not very useful. So I guess the only thing that you can do is click view feedback and try to adjust the size of the screen so that you can see it. But if you don't download it, you can scroll through the lab report, and the comments that I write are normally in this bright magenta color next to something that I might have seen an error in your calculations, so I do put comments on the reports. This one only has the one.